News Hour, across Africa and beyond.
Bridge Afrique magazine, BAM, is the powerful force to showcase your business to the world. Is your advert on the next edition yet? Make haste and connect with any of our coordinators across the world. One Love. www.bridgeafriquemagazine.net.
Welcome to Bridge Afrique magazine's official site, the ultimate link you need in order to understand what it takes to do business in Africa, the land to which all roads in the modern business world lead. Every business sector in the world is rooted in Africa, directly or indirectly. Mama Africa, the cradle of mankind, has always been the source of life and illumination to the rest of the world.
Through this magazine, we show you the beauty of Mama Africa and the diversity of the potential opportunities that await you as an investor, a tourist, or simply an explorer. The core team at Bridge Afrique is made up of young, dynamic African professionals residing in Africa as well as out of Africa in other continents. We work in close collaboration with partners all around the world to bring the latest information.
Our goal is to be a link to an emerging Africa, the new hotspot for business deals and all sorts of investments. In the business world of today, all roads lead to Africa, and we are proud to be the bridge. Relax and enjoy the fun as it's
BAM News Hour, across Africa and beyond.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Bridge Afrique News Live Hour. I am Grace Damsa.
BAM News Hour, across Africa and beyond.
A disturbing incident occurred at an Ibon air flight from Uyo, Lagos on August 11, 2025, involving passenger Comfort Emerson. She violently assaulted a flight attendant after being asked to switch off her phone, leading to a physical escalation with crew members and airport security. The situation escalated with Emerson slapping the attendant, stepping on her and tearing off her wig. She was restrained, removed from the aircraft, and handed over to the police. Ibon Air has banned her from flying with them for life, and she is facing multiple charges, including assault. The incident highlights the importance of passengers' compliance with safety protocols and respect to airline staff.
Nobody could hold that. Like nobody. I'm like my everything. Nobody could bundle that.
That's why they bring her come down.
From there,
I think. Bring your luggage.
You can bring it.
Hello. Where after? Let them go in front.
Hello, good day everyone, and welcome to today's conversation. And it's my pleasure to have you to join with me on this important discussion on strengthening business and cultural ties between China and Africa. Our guest today is someone whose work and leadership has made a very significant mark in this space. He's a president emeritus of the Nigerian community in China and Nigerian Chamber of Commerce, and this the Nigerian community in China and the Nigerian Chamber of Commerce, as well as the CEO of Guangzhou Mission Trading and Logistic Company. With over 2 decades in China, he has been a very passionate advocate for deeper cooperation and understanding between China and Africa. My guest, I have the honor to welcome the Honorable Maximus Ogbonna. You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good to have me here. My pleasure.
Thank you so much, sir. So, sir, will you kindly introduce yourself for the benefit of our audience, please?
Here, my name is Honorable Maximus Ogbonna. I'm the President Emeritus of Nigerian Community in Nigerian Chamber of Commerce here in China. I'm also the consultant of China African Cultural Exchange Center here in China. Like you said, I've been here for over 2 decades. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, sir. So now, concerning this, our topic today, what's your view on it, sir?
Yeah, for example, the history of China will not be complete if my name is not mentioned there. Like I said, I've been here for many years, and I've been following up in terms of trade, commerce, business, between China and Africa, and with precision, between China and Nigeria. It's been going on smooth ground, okay? China has and also enjoy good relation with Africa in general, and Nigeria precisely. So as a Nigerian, I've been making a lot of effort to make sure the relationship grows from strength to strength.
Oh, okay, sir. So you have been in the advocating line for African-China relations. How has the journey been so far, sir?
Like I said, the journey has been so great. China is more from a business country. China, as we said, we call it the world market. There's no country we have
On a short break and we'll continue from there.
Welcome to Bridge of Freak Magazine's official site, the ultimate link you need in order to understand what it takes to do business in Africa, the land to which all roads in the modern business world lead. Every business sector in the world is rooted in Africa, directly or indirectly. Mama Africa, the cradle of mankind, has always been the source of life and illumination to the rest of the world.
Through this magazine, we show you the beauty of Mama Africa and the diversity of the potential opportunities that await you as an investor, a tourist, or simply an explorer. The core team at Bridge Afrique is made up of young, dynamic African professionals residing in Africa as well as out of Africa in other continents. We work in close collaboration with partners all around the world to bring the latest information.
Our goal is to be a link to an emerging Africa, the new hotspot for business deals and all sorts of investments. In the business world of today, all roads lead to Africa, and we are proud to be the bridge. Relax and enjoy the fun as it wows you with all the information you have never read before in other magazines. Pray along with us and feel free to comment all your results via this medium.
You're welcome back. We lost you earlier. Please, sir, can you continue from where you stopped, please?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Like I said, gone are those days when people really get the products from China to the limbo. But now it's not the case. Chinese products are good and wonderful. You see, many other countries all over the world, they now use Chinese products and they produce solid and durable things. So that's what I'm saying. So I'm also the ambassador of Chinese, culture, to Africa. So these are the things I've been doing to make sure I promote, positively the Chinese things that they produce, and so that's it.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. So now, how can African countries leverage on Chinese expertise in infrastructure and development?
Yeah, you see, Chinese expertise now are among the best, in the world. Okay, and how we do that? We need to learn and study the things they're doing. Actually, each country have their way of doing things, but I hope we can, study what the Chinese people are doing and maybe invite most of their expertise around us, you know, back there in Nigeria and watch from them so that we can do as they are doing. I've been here for many years, like I said, okay? If we learn from them, we get better and better. Thanks.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. So now, what are the benefits and challenges of China Belt and Road Initiative for Africa?
Yeah, Chinese Belt and Road Initiative has come to stay. Many countries are there, and it's something good for the African continent. It's wonderful. You see, the Belt and Road Initiative, they deal more on structures, building structures, airport, bridges, and many others. And it has helped Africa. And that's why these are the ways Africans are developing and benefiting from the Belt and Road Initiative. This has started from a long time ago, which Nigeria is among the members of the Belt and Road Initiative. You see, many structures in many of the African countries here where, as a result of the gains of the Belt and Road Initiative. So these are the ways Africans are benefiting from the Belt and Road Initiative. It's from China. China deals more, or China believes in a win-win situation. So the Belt and Road Initiative is part of it, where African countries are benefiting, from the win-win situation of the China initiative.
Wow. Thank you so much, sir. So now, how can the trade agreement between China and Africa be improved to facilitate more trade, balanced trade?
Yeah, you see, China is the #1 trade partner of Africa. Exactly. You see, the trade volume between China and Africa rose to 295 billion US dollars in this fiscal year. I got this information from the Chinese customs. So that's it. But we have trade imbalance because China exports more to Africa than they import from Africa. You see, they export more of the finished products, to Africa, we are the end users of what the Chinese produce. Why China, they import from Africa raw materials like crude oil, gold, lithium, copper, iron ore, steel, So these are the things they import from Africa. But there is trade imbalance because they export more to Africa more than they import. So we hope in the future China will import more from Africa. But then they want to balance the trade by giving lots of zero tariff to African countries. Thanks to China, because many Africans now are enjoying little or zero tariff from China. So this is how the trade imbalance have been, addressed. So that's it. And in the future also, I'm sure that China will give zero tariff to almost all the African countries as they've been doing already.
Oh, thank you, sir. So now, what are the potential? What is the potential what potential is there for this joint venture between African and Chinese company partnership, sir?
Yeah, there are lots of positive potentials in the future between Africa and between China and Africa. China is a country I have lived for many years. Okay,
Yeah,
and yes, and China doesn't interfere in the internal issues of any country. They deal with each country. They believe the rules and regulations, the constitution of each country. So they don't interfere in the internal affairs of every country. So the potential is that as long as we continue to align with China and the Chinese government, things get better. Because China is a big country, we call it mini continent because of the largeness of the country. So the potential is that when we work with them, we will have benefits, and China believes in mutual benefits. They believe in win-win situation, win-win cooperation. So the potential we have, the positive potential is that if we align with China and the Chinese government, things get better, with us, economically and otherwise.
Okay, sir. So now, how can the cultural? I know there's cultural differences. So now, how can cultural exchange programs promote understanding and cooperation between China and Africa?
Yeah, like I told you, I'm the China African, cultural exchange consultant. So, so each country or each people have their own unique culture. China, they have their own culture and tradition, way of life, modus operandi and modus vivendi. So that's also how Africa, and especially Nigeria, we have our own culture and tradition, you see. So as time goes on, we always advocate for, culture, intermarriage, culture exchanges between China and Nigeria and between China and Africa, so that they can understand us more and we can also understand them more. Because if you don't understand people and their culture, it's difficult to deal with them. So,
absolutely.
Yes, exactly. So I'm an advocate of cultural exchange between the two countries, between China and Nigeria, and we always preach that, advocate that, give speeches from time to time, attend conferences, give orientation. And we have, for example, Nigeria have cultural center also in China, and China have about 7 cultural centers in Nigeria also. I hope in the future we have more and more cultural exchange, and also people-to-people exchange for the good and benefit of both countries.
Yeah, thank you so much. I hope that, just like you said, you hope that these cultural exchanges be strengthened. So now we're going to go on a short break and we'll continue from there. Thank you so much.
If I had to live my life without you near me, the days would all be empty. Whoa, the night.
Yo, you Yayugu Villa et Ligny Amusement Park dans la province de Shandong, en Chine, offrent une zone de retraite surréaliste au milieu des paysages naturels. Cette villa offre une oasis tranquille avec des verdures luxuriantes, des ruisseaux cristallins, des vues à couper le souffle et une variété d'hébergements de luxe. Le parc dispose de pistes à roulettes, de diapositives et d'espaces thématiques. Yayugu Villa offre aux voyageurs une occasion unique de se plonger dans la beauté naturelle de la campagne chinoise. Venez vous détendre dans ce lieu surréaliste et ne manquez pas ce cadeau de vie naturelle. Plus d'informations sont affichées sur votre écran.
Bridge Afrique Magazine is the award-winning and globally respected publication for authoritative information regarding business potentials and opportunities in Africa of interest to China and beyond. Your business doesn't get to Africa if it's not on Bridge Afrique Magazine. We are the official magazine of Ethiopian Airlines. What are you waiting for? You can contact us +861 391894 33.
BAM News Hour, across Africa and beyond.
You're welcome back. So I've been talking with Mr. Honorable Ogbonna. Thank you so much. You're welcome, sir.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir. So you've been in China for over, 2 decades now. So now, how can tourism and travel be facilitated and strengthened between Africa and China?
Yes, tourism is very important, for both countries, or both African continent and the country China. So we hope more, one of the best ways is to get more flights, long flights from both, places, For example, in the past, we have Chinese airlines going directly to Nigeria, the place I'm very sure of, But now, recently, we don't have it. So when I go for meetings or conferences, I still hope and, plead with the Chinese government to fly directly from China to Africa, and also Nigerian, private airlines or country airlines. When we have more flights, flying both sides, it will improve, tourism, and also we have to establish more tourist centers. It's also very important. It can also improve tourism, because when people, engage or embark on tour, to different places, they learn about those countries more. They learn about each other more. So, and also the government policies, if they can redress or reduce the ways of giving visas and everything, it also boosts tourism between the two places, Africa and China. So these are the things I think and I hope it will be done. Give more visas, tourist visas to people, and people will travel from, to different places to see and to experience those places, countries by themselves.
Thank you so much, sir. So considering your line of advocacy in Africa-China relations, you've been awarded, like, I think, over 5 awards because of your entrepreneurship and your legacy and all that you've done. So please, can you tell us about them, please?
Sorry, come again, please. Sorry.
Yes, I said because of your line of advocacy and entrepreneurship, business, and all of that, you're between Africa and China relationship, you have been awarded a good number of time because of all that you've been doing. So please, can you tell us more about all of these awards, please?
Yeah, thank you so much. You see, people's behavior and the character, what they exhibit, speak for themselves. I have got, some awards in China here, because of the things I've been doing, and I've been taking time to, you know, you know, make sure the two ways. It's very important. That's why I have these awards and recognitions. So that's very important in whatever someone is doing. But sometimes the media do not play a good role. Most of the international media, they paint Africa black, which is not so good. The experience about Africa, they see Africa as a place of poverty, a place of hunger, a place of darkness, a place of disease, a place of corruption. And it's some Chinese people who have the time to visit Africa. They shout, "Wow!" They are very surprised about what they see in Africa, see online. So that's it. So I take time to tell my audience how you see Africa on the online. It's not exactly how it is. Africa is much more beautiful,
Absolutely.
much more
I
hospitable
agree.
than what we see. Yes, much more great, much more nice people than what we see online. So these are the things we take time to advocate and tell. No, about 2 weeks here, and when he got there, he was surprised on what he saw there. He was very surprised. He saw something different from what he'd been seeing and hearing about my country, Nigeria.
That's so beautiful to hear.
Telling them my
So now,
country is yes, hospitable people. So that's it.
wow, that's really great to hear coming from you. So now, when it comes to how can Africa and China collaborate to, help improve climate change and sustainable development?
Yes, like I said, cultural exchange we have more. People to people exchange we have more. You see, Africa needs to, for example, there are many Africans in China now on scholarship, and studying in China. It's also good, for collaboration. And also, we need to establish more African banks in China here. It's help in collaboration for business and all that. And also, some Chinese banks in Africa. It becomes easier for business and collaboration. When two people are dealing with each other, trust is number one. If I don't trust you, it will be difficult, to be open and do something to collaborate with you. So we should try more and build trust, and when you trust each other, other things follow. You do business easily, you collaborate easily. So we need to build more of trust and synergy, and things work very well for both Africa and China. So that both the continent of Africa and China. So, but as far as I'm concerned, China is a nice country, and it's good, for us Africans to emulate and
Okay. All right, sir. So now, what initiative can be taken, to ensure that Africa-China cooperation contributes to the UN sustainable development?
yeah, like the initiative I said more. It's a formal and official visit from both the Chinese the Chinese officials and African officials, Nigerian officials. Let there be more discussion. Let there be more dialogue. Let there be more cooperation. When you talk more, when you dialogue with more, it solves a lot of problems. You see, because when people from both sides keep silent, it's not so good. So more dialogue. I suggest more dialogue, more cooperation, business-wise and cultural-wise. Student exchanges. Let some students from China go to study in Africa and see how and have first-hand information about Africa, and let more of African students come to China and have first-hand information about China. It will go a long way for for cooperation and a nice initiative.
Thank you so much, sir. So now, what would be your final words as we come to the close of this interview, sir?
Yeah, my final word here, like I said, I've been here for some time, and I hope as a Greek gift. It's not that way, because I've known them, I've been with them. They want win-win cooperation. So my final advice or word is that let us cooperate with each other, Africa and China, and do things together and work together hand in hand, so that we can achieve our goal economically, culturally, and otherwise. We can achieve win-win cooperation and win-win situation. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time. It's really been an honor speaking with you, sir. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
BAM News Hour, across Africa and beyond.
Bridge Afrique Magazine is the award-winning and globally respected publication for authoritative information regarding business potentials and opportunities in Africa of interest to China and beyond. Your business doesn't get to Africa if it's not on Bridge Afrique Magazine. We are the official magazine of Ethiopian Airlines. What are you waiting for? You can contact us +861 3.
At SkyMaxi Global Sourcing and Distribution Company, we render professional help to our clients to locate factories, get competitive prices, follow up on products source inspection, ensuring quality and express product delivery to our clients. We are your direct connection with fully vetted factories in China. We also mine mineral resources in Nigeria and have the license to export to all the world.
If I had to live my life without you near me, the days would all be empty. The night.
Yayugu Villa et Ligny Amusement Park dans la province de Shandong, en Chine, offre une zone de retraite surréaliste au milieu des paysages naturels. Cette villa offre une oasis tranquille avec des verdures luxuriantes, des ruisseaux cristallins, des vues à couper le souffle, et une variété d'hébergements de luxe. Le parc dispose de pistes à roulettes, de diapositives et d'espaces thématiques. Yayugu Villa offre aux voyageurs une occasion unique de se plonger dans la beauté naturelle de la campagne chinoise. Venez vous détendre dans ce lieu surréaliste et ne manquez pas ce cadeau de vie naturelle. Plus d'informations sont affichées sur votre écran.
BAM NewsHour, across Africa and beyond.
Thank you and welcome back. That was an insightful time with Honorable Maximus Ogbonna on the topic strengthening cultural and business ties between Africa and China. Now in the news, a National Youth Service Corps member alleged her discharge certificate was withheld despite completing her service.
Uche Rita, popularly known as Ray, a well-known youth corps member serving in Lagos who previously criticized President Bola Tinubu's administration and spoke openly about the economic hardship faced by Nigerians, has revealed that the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, has withheld her certificate of national service. Following this development, speculation emerged that the NYSC's action may be politically motivated, possibly linked to her outspoken criticism of the government. However, the NYSC has issued a public statement clarifying the situation. According to the agency, Rita is among 131 corps members whose certificates were withheld due to valid disciplinary reasons. The NYSC explained that her service year has been extended by 2 months for allegedly failing to participate in the mandatory biometric clearance in April 2025, which is a requirement outlined in the NYSC bylaws. Ray, however, disputes the NYSC accounts, maintaining that she was physically present for the April biometric exercise, but her local government inspector deliberately refused to process her clearance for that month. This situation has sparked debate online, with many Nigerians calling for transparency and fairness in the NYSC disciplinary processes. Uche Jacinta for
Bridge a Freak magazine, BAM, is the powerful force to showcase your business to the world. Is your advert on the next edition yet? Make haste and connect with any of our coordinators across the world. One love. www.bridgeafreakmagazine.net.
BAM NewsHour, across Africa and beyond.
Welcome back, and we've come to the end of today's news. I am Grace Damsa, as we bring you news from across the world and across the nation. Bye.
BAM NewsHour, across Africa and beyond.